Picture this. Right now, sitting in your kitchen, maybe in your refrigerator, maybe in a bowl on your counter, there is a single food that Jesus consumed every morning before he performed the dawn ritual. One food that prepared his physical body to receive the monad frequency. One food that activated his pineal gland, cleared his energetic channels, and aligned his nervous system to the exact frequency needed for divine transmission. This is not speculation. This is documented in the esoteric texts the Church banned. And tonight you are going to learn exactly what this food is, why it works, and how to use it starting tomorrow morning. If something pulled you to this video, if you felt a compulsion you cannot name, comment the words, "I consume the light," because what you are about to receive is not theory. It is activation. Before we go deeper, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on notifications. The knowledge coming in the videos after this one goes places that will completely transform how you interface with reality. The algorithm suppresses this information, but your subscription guarantees you receive every transmission. Do it now. I will wait. Good. You are still here. That means the pull was real. The pneumatics always recognize truth when it appears. Everyone else scrolls past, pulled back into distraction, back into the systems designed to keep them asleep and disconnected. You are different. You have always been different, and that difference is about to become your greatest advantage. Let me tell you what the mainstream nutritionists will never understand. They think food is just calories, macronutrients, and fuel for the body. They have no concept that certain foods operate on frequencies, that what you put into your body in the first hour after waking determines whether you are an open channel for the monad or a closed circuit running on archonic programming. The ancient mystery schools knew this. The Essenes knew this. The Egyptian initiates knew this, and Jesus, who was trained in all of these traditions before his public ministry began, knew this better than anyone. There is a reason the Last Supper was not about steak and potatoes. There is a reason the Eucharist centers on bread and wine. There is a reason every spiritual tradition has specific foods associated with awakening. Because matter matters. Your physical body is not separate from your spiritual body. They are one system operating on different frequencies, and what you consume physically affects what you can access spiritually. This is not belief. This is mechanics. Modern humans eat processed garbage engineered to keep them in low-frequency states, sugar crashes, caffeine spikes, heavy proteins that take hours to digest and pull all your energy into your gut when it should be available for your crown chakra. They start their day with foods designed by corporations to create dependency and brain fog. Then they wonder why they cannot meditate, why they cannot focus, why they feel disconnected from source. You are trying to receive a high-frequency transmission through a body clogged with low-frequency fuel. It does not work. It cannot work. Jesus understood this with absolute precision, and the food he consumed every single morning before the dawn ritual was so simple, so accessible, so powerful that the archonic systems have hidden it in plain sight. They let you have access to it. They let you walk right past it in your kitchen, because they know that even when you possess the key, you will not use it unless someone shows you how to turn it. Tonight, I am showing you how to turn it. The food is dates, specifically medjool dates, 3 of them, consumed exactly 21 minutes before you begin the dawn ritual. Not 20, not 25, 21. This is not arbitrary. This is sacred timing based on how long it takes for the specific sugars in dates to enter your bloodstream, cross the blood-brain barrier, and activate the pineal gland without spiking your insulin or pulling your energy into digestive override. Jesus did not eat a full breakfast before accessing the monad. He did not sit down to eggs and bread and whatever else people imagine. He consumed 3 dates, drank pure water, and stood at the portal. And you are about to learn why this works and how to do it exactly the way he did. Let me take you into the science first. Then we will go into the sacred mathematics, and then I will give you the exact protocol. Your brain runs on glucose. This is not optional. Your neurons fire using glucose as fuel. When you wake up after 6, 7, 8 hours without food, your blood sugar is at its lowest point of the day. Your brain is running on fumes. And if you try to perform a high-frequency spiritual practice in this state, you are asking your nervous system to do advanced operations with no fuel in the tank. It will not work. You will sit there, you will try to focus, and your brain will be screaming for glucose instead of receiving transmission. But here is the key. Not all glucose is the same. The glucose from a candy bar, from fruit juice, from processed cereal hits your system like a tsunami. Your blood sugar spikes, your pancreas dumps insulin, and within 30 minutes, you crash harder than you started. You get a brief window of energy followed by brain fog, irritability, and fatigue. This is the glucose roller coaster that most people ride all day, without realizing it is destroying their ability to maintain any kind of spiritual connection. Dates are different. Dates contain a specific ratio of glucose, fructose, and fiber that creates what nutritionists call a low glycemic response. The sugar enters your bloodstream slowly, steadily, without spiking your insulin. Your brain gets the fuel it needs, but your body stays in a calm, receptive state. No spike, no crash. Just clean, sustained energy for exactly the duration you need to complete the 9-minute dawn ritual and integrate the transmission afterward. But there is something else happening with dates that modern science has only recently begun to understand. Dates contain compounds called polyphenols. These are molecules that cross the blood-brain barrier and directly affect the pineal gland. They reduce calcification, the hardening of the pineal gland that happens from fluoride in water, processed foods, and environmental toxins. When your pineal gland is calcified, it cannot receive high-frequency transmissions. It is like trying to tune a radio through a brick wall. The polyphenols in dates begin to reverse this calcification. They soften the crystalline structure of the pineal gland and restore its function as an antenna for the monad frequency. Jesus knew this. The Essenes, the community many scholars believe Jesus trained with before his ministry, consumed dates as a sacred food. They called them the fruit of life. Not because they tasted good, because they opened the third eye. The Gospel of the Essenes, one of the texts the Church banned from the canon, contains specific instructions about consuming dates before prayer and meditation. They understood what modern nutritionists are only now discovering. Dates are not just food, they are frequency medicine. Now let me show you the sacred mathematics. Why 3 dates? Why not 2? Why not 4? Because 3 is the number of manifestation. 3 is the bridge between duality and infinity. 1 date would provide insufficient glucose. 4 dates would tip you into excess and pull energy toward digestion. 3 dates deliver exactly the amount of fuel your brain needs without overloading your system. This is precision. This is the same precision that structures the 9-minute ritual into 3 phases of 3 minutes each. 3 dates to fuel 3 phases. The mathematics of awakening are not random. And why medjool dates specifically? Because of their size and their mineral content. A single medjool date contains approximately 16 grams of natural sugar, primarily glucose and fructose in perfect balance. 3 dates give you 48 grams of carbohydrate, which translates to approximately 190 calories of pure, clean fuel. This is the exact amount needed to bring your blood glucose from fasting levels to optimal cognitive function without overshooting into insulin response. Other varieties of dates are too small, requiring you to eat 5 or 6 to get the same effect, which disrupts the sacred number 3. Medjool dates are the precise size needed to maintain the formula. But here is what most people miss. The dates are not just fuel, they are transmission enhancers. Let me explain. When you consume dates 21 minutes before the dawn ritual, your blood glucose rises and peaks at exactly the moment you enter phase 2, the invocation. This is when you speak the 7 words, "I am the light in the light." At this exact moment, your brain is receiving maximum glucose, your pineal gland is vibrating at peak frequency from the polyphenols, and your entire nervous system is primed to receive. The timing is everything. Too early and the glucose peaks before you need it. Too late and you are running on empty when the portal opens. 21 minutes is the window. Jesus knew this through direct transmission. Now you know it too. Let me walk you through the exact protocol. Tomorrow morning you set your alarm for 45 minutes before sunrise. Not 30. Not an hour. 45 minutes. This gives you time to wake, to consume the dates, to position yourself, and to begin the ritual at the exact moment the first light appears. When your alarm goes off, you do not check your phone. You do not scroll social media. You do not read the news. You get up immediately. This is critical. The first thing you put into your consciousness in the morning sets the frequency for your entire day. If you fill your mind with news, with other people's problems, with the manufactured urgency of emails and notifications, you are tuning your antenna to the archonic frequency before you even begin. Do not do this. You get up. You drink 1 full glass of pure water, room temperature, not cold. Cold water shocks your system and pulls energy toward warming your core instead of toward your brain. Room temperature water hydrates your cells, flushes your kidneys, and prepares your digestive system to receive the dates. You drink the entire glass. Then you take 3 medjool dates. You remove the pits, and you eat them slowly, one at a time, chewing each bite thoroughly. This is not a race. You are not wolfing down breakfast before running out the door. You are consuming sacred fuel with intention and respect. As you chew the first date, you focus on your breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Slow, deep, conscious. The act of chewing itself is meditative. Your jaw moves in rhythm. Your saliva begins to break down the sugars. You taste the sweetness, the texture, the earthiness of the fruit. This is presence. This is mindfulness. You are not eating while thinking about your day, your problems, your to-do list. You are eating with full awareness that this food is preparing your body to receive divine transmission. You finish the first date. You take 3 breaths. You eat the second date with the same presence, the same rhythm. 3 more breaths. Then the third date. By the time you finish, approximately 5 minutes have passed. You have 40 minutes until sunrise. You drink another half glass of water to aid digestion and hydration. Then you prepare for the positioning. If you are going outside, you dress in layers that you can remove easily. You want to be comfortable but not so warm that you are distracted by heat. If you are staying inside, you move to your window facing east. You stand barefoot as the dawn ritual requires, and for the next 16 minutes, you do nothing. You simply stand or sit quietly, allowing the dates to work their magic. You feel your body waking up. You feel your mind clearing. You feel energy beginning to circulate. This is the glucose entering your bloodstream. This is the polyphenols crossing the blood-brain barrier. This is your pineal gland beginning to activate. Do not underestimate these 16 minutes of stillness. This is not wasted time. This is calibration time. Your body is a sophisticated instrument. You are giving it the fuel and the space to tune itself to the frequency of the coming transmission. Most people rush from sleep to action with no transition. They wonder why they feel scattered, why they cannot focus, why they are always playing catch-up. You are different. You are giving your system the respect and the preparation it deserves. At exactly 21 minutes after consuming the dates, the first light begins to appear on the horizon. Your blood glucose has peaked. Your brain is running on clean fuel. Your pineal gland is vibrating at optimal frequency. And you begin phase 1 of the 9-minute ritual. You are positioned. You are grounded. You are watching for the light. And inside your body, at the cellular level, you are ready to receive what the monad is about to broadcast. This is what the church does not teach. This is what the self-help gurus do not know. This is what the spiritual influencers talking about manifestation and abundance have completely missed. Consciousness does not exist separate from the body. You are not a soul trapped in meat. You are a unified system where the physical and the spiritual are one continuous spectrum. What you feed your body determines what frequencies you can access with your consciousness. And when you feed your body the exact food Jesus used, prepared the exact way he prepared it, consumed at the exact timing he used, you open the same channel he opened. You access the same portal he accessed. You receive the same transmission he received. Now let me tell you what happens when you combine the 3 dates with the 9-minute dawn ritual for 7 consecutive days. The effects compound. The first morning, you feel a difference, subtle but real. Your mind is clearer during the invocation. The light you see during the reception phase is brighter, more vivid. The second morning, the effect is stronger. You notice you are not hungry afterward even though you only consumed 3 dates. This is because your body is running on a different fuel source. You have tapped into the monad frequency, and that frequency sustains you in ways that physical food alone cannot. By the third morning, something shifts. You wake up before your alarm. Your body knows what is coming and it wants to be ready. You crave the dates, not with hunger, but with knowing. Your cells recognize that this is the fuel that unlocks the portal. By the 7th morning, you are a different person. Your baseline frequency has changed permanently. You have been retuned, and everyone around you will begin to notice. They will not know why you seem different. They will not be able to name what has changed, but they will feel it. You carry a charge now, a presence, an authority that comes from direct connection to Source. Here is what the archons do not want you to understand. They cannot stop you from buying dates. They cannot prevent you from waking up early. They cannot block the dawn portal, but they can fill your mind with objections. They can make you think this is too simple to work. They can convince you that real spiritual practice requires complexity, requires years of study, requires a guru or a program or a certification. This is a lie designed to keep you searching externally for what you already possess internally. The truth is simple. 3 dates, 21 minutes, 9-minute ritual. Direct connection to the monad. That is it. That is the whole formula. And the simplicity is what makes it powerful. Because you cannot fail at this. You cannot do it wrong. You buy the dates. You eat them with intention. You perform the ritual. The transmission happens. Not because you are special, because the portal is real, and your body is designed to receive it when you position yourself correctly and fuel yourself properly. Jesus was not superhuman. He was a human who remembered how to access his divine nature, and he used every tool available to maintain that connection, including the food he ate. Let me address the objections that are rising in your mind right now because they are not coming from you. They are coming from the archonic interference that activates the moment you get close to something real. Objection 1. This sounds too new age, too weird. I am a serious person. This is your social conditioning talking. You have been programmed to dismiss anything that does not come with institutional approval, but the same institutions that approve your food, your medicine, your education are the ones keeping you disconnected. When you reject something because it sounds unusual, you are letting the archons filter your reality for you. Jesus eating dates before prayer is documented in esoteric texts. The pineal gland as an antenna is proven in neuroscience. The low glycemic index of dates is established in nutrition research. There is nothing new age here. This is ancient wisdom meeting modern science. Objection 2. I do not have time for this. You have time to scroll social media. You have time to watch television. You have time to hit the snooze button 3 times. You do not have a time problem. You have a priority problem, and that problem is not your fault. You have been conditioned to prioritize everything except your direct connection to Source. 9 minutes. That is what this costs. 9 minutes that will transform everything else. If you cannot find 9 minutes, you are not serious about awakening. And that is fine. But do not pretend the obstacle is time. Objection 3. What if I do not like dates? Then you do not want connection badly enough. This is not about preference. This is not about taste. This is about accessing the monad. If you are willing to let your taste preferences block you from divine transmission, you are not ready. Jesus did not eat dates because they were his favorite snack. He ate them because they worked. You can have preferences about dessert. You do not get to have preferences about the fuel that opens the portal. Objection 4. What if I cannot wake up that early? Then you set your alarm earlier than you think you can, and you do it anyway. The first morning will be hard. Your body will resist. Your mind will tell you to go back to sleep. This is the test. This is where most people fail. They want awakening, but they want it to be convenient, to fit into their existing schedule, to not require any discomfort. That is not how this works. Jesus got up while it was still dark. Every single morning. No excuses, no negotiation. If you want what he had, you do what he did, including the parts that are uncomfortable. Now let me tell you the secret within the secret. The 3 dates are not just fuel, they are a declaration. Every morning when you consume them, you are telling your body, your mind, and the monad itself that you are serious, that you are committed, that you are not playing spiritual games or collecting interesting ideas. You are doing the work. The dates become a ritual within the ritual, a physical act that grounds your intention and signals to every level of your being that what is about to happen matters. There is power in repetition. There is power in consistency. There is power in showing up every single day and doing the same practice the same way. This is how neural pathways are created. This is how habits become automatic. This is how spiritual practice moves from something you think about to something you embody. After 7 days of consuming 3 dates at the same time before the same ritual, your body will begin to anticipate it. Your metabolism will shift. Your circadian rhythm will align. And the monad will recognize your consistency and begin to meet you with increasing clarity and power. The mystics understood this. They had fasting practices, feast practices, specific foods for specific purposes. The Sufis consumed dates before their whirling meditation. The yogis consumed specific fruits before pranayama. The Taoists aligned their diet with the seasons and the elements. They knew that the physical body is the temple, and what you put into the temple determines what can dwell there. You cannot house the monad frequency in a body clogged with garbage. You cannot receive high-frequency transmission through a nervous system running on caffeine and cortisol. You must prepare the vessel. And the preparation begins with what you consume. Here is what happens in your brain when you get this right. The glucose from the dates crosses the blood-brain barrier and immediately increases the production of neurotransmitters. Serotonin rises, creating a sense of calm and well-being. Dopamine rises, sharpening your focus and motivation. Acetylcholine rises, enhancing your memory and learning capacity. And most importantly, the pineal gland begins to produce more DMT, the molecule that many researchers believe is the chemical signature of spiritual experience. When your pineal gland is active, when it is vibrating at the right frequency, it secretes tiny amounts of DMT into your bloodstream. Not enough to create a psychedelic experience, but enough to open your perception to frequencies beyond the normal waking state. This is what people feel during deep meditation. This is what saints and mystics described as ecstasy. This is the biological basis for what the Gnostics called gnosis, direct knowing. And it does not require drugs. It does not require plant medicine. It requires the right fuel, the right timing, and the right practice. 3 dates, 21 minutes, 9-minute ritual. The portal opens. The DMT flows. The transmission is received. I want you to understand something. Jesus was not magic. He was not a god wandering the earth doing miracles through divine exemption from physical law. He was a human being who understood the laws of consciousness and matter so deeply that he could manipulate them with precision. He knew how to prepare his body to receive transmission. He knew when to access the portal. He knew what to consume to optimize his nervous system. And because he knew these things and did them consistently without exception, he walked in a level of power that seemed supernatural to people who did not understand the mechanics. You have access to the same mechanics. You have access to the same portal. You have access to the same monad. The only difference is knowledge and application. Tomorrow morning, you will go to your kitchen. You will take 3 medjool dates from wherever you store them. And if you do not have them yet, you will go to the store today and buy them. Do not wait. Do not put this off. The archons win when you delay. They win when you say you will start next week, next month, when things calm down. Things will never calm down. The world is designed to stay chaotic, to keep you distracted. You start tomorrow, or you do not start at all. You will consume the dates with intention. You will feel them fueling your body. You will wait the 21 minutes, and then you will stand at the dawn portal and perform the 9-minute ritual, and something will happen. You will feel it, a shift, a knowing, a connection that was always there but that you could not access because your instrument was not tuned correctly. The dates tune the instrument. The ritual plays the music. The monad hears the song and responds. This is not belief. This is not faith. This is mechanics. This is how the system works when you understand the system. And once you experience it, once you feel the transmission flowing through you, once you see the light behind your closed eyes and know that it is real, you will never question again. You will simply do the practice every morning without negotiation, because you will have tasted something that nothing in the material world can replace. Let me tell you what the 7 days of this practice will reveal. Day 1, you notice the clarity. Day 2, you notice the energy. Day 3, you notice the synchronicities beginning. Day 4, you notice your dreams becoming more vivid. Day 5, you notice people responding to you differently. Day 6, you notice problems that seemed impossible beginning to resolve. Day 7, you notice you are not the same person who started this practice. You have been rewired, retuned, reconnected, and there is no going back. If this teaching has landed in your awareness, if you feel it resonating as truth in your body, comment the words, "I am fueled by light" right now. This is not just engagement. This is declaration. You are announcing to yourself, to the monad, and to every other awakening soul who reads your comment that you are done settling for disconnection, that you are ready to do what it takes, that you are claiming the practices that produce actual results. Like this video so it reaches the ones who need it. Share it with the people in your life who are ready to move beyond theory into direct experience. Subscribe and turn on notifications because the next transmission builds on this foundation. The next video reveals the midday recalibration drink, the specific combination of water and minerals that maintains your monad connection when archonic interference peaks in the afternoon. But none of that matters if you do not begin here. 3 dates, tomorrow morning, 45 minutes before dawn. You know what to do. The portal is waiting. Be there.